Hey, you might be angry. I can understand that. I can really understand that. But for some reason, I'm not angry. I'm not mad this time. In fact, this time, I think I'm just so utterly befuddled that I'm having a really difficult time allowing this to set me off. It's still trying to establish itself as reality in the corners of my mind, and instead of freaking out, I'm sitting here saying to myself in my head over and over and over again, really? 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 The Vancouver Canucks have just lost their third straight regulation game. They have gone 1 for 3 in this 4-game road trip in the East, and against the Columbus Blue Jackets today, it is a 5-3 loss. However, it wasn't 5-3 for long. No. In fact, the 3 Columbus goals scored at the end of this game were scored within the last 7 minutes. The Vancouver Canucks held on to what was a 3-1 lead for a really long time, up until the 12:39 mark of the third period. And the losses, they've piled up. The power plays in this game, they piled up. The goals, they piled up to a point where everybody I've seen on Twitter has been absolutely freaking out. And everybody is kind of hitting the panic mode button. Okay, the Canucks are slipping down the standings. They're now officially a wild card team, and they just lost their third straight. Is it time to start worrying? So, I wanted to address all that in this video, but before we do that, we will go over this game review here. Things started out really well, and I thought we had ourselves a story of a Vancouver Canucks team that bounced back. A Vancouver Canucks team that saw all the adversity. A Vancouver Canucks team starting Louis Domingue in his first Canucks game, after playing Thatcher Demko 3 games in a row, after playing him last night and having him give up those stinkers. The Vancouver Canucks were in need of a spark, and Domingue came in here, made a few stops early on. He looked pretty good, he looked pretty solid, he looked really mature and calm in there. You could tell that he was a pretty good veteran of pro hockey. But the Canucks get on the board quickly in this one. On the power play, it's 1 minute into the game, J.T. Miller throws it over to Petey. Petey throws it to the crease, and Bo Horvat tips it in. It's 1-0 Vancouver. Miller and Pettersson are on the board. Bo is at his 21st goal on the year. Then, give it a few minutes later, and Elias Pettersson, he does a really nice deflection out in front. Miller sends it to Myers, Myers to the net, Pettersson with the tip in. That is the second tip goal for the Vancouver Canucks in the span of 7 minutes, and it's 2-0 Vancouver. Then, Stenlund came in, he got the Blue Jackets within 1, he scored. This was a crazy goal, I wasn't really blaming Domingue for this one, but aside from that, Louis Domingue was flawless for the first, 53 minutes of this game? 53 minutes, Louis Domingue was out there calmly holding the puck, coming out of his net, controlling the puck positively and with a very high sense of relaxation. He was coming out here feeling those good vibrations, the excitations, good vibrations, and he was out here doing all of these very good things that we weren't seeing from Demko. Demko got rattled quickly in a few of these shifts earlier on in the road trip, but Domingue stayed really calm. And that's the thing that I noticed in the first 53 minutes is, darn, this guy's giving us a legit chance to win. Now, a lot of these Columbus chances haven't been grade A, but the ones that probably could have squeaked in some way or another, Domingue is doing his best and he's making sure to stop those. So I was really on board with Domingue's game. Then, in the second period, Troy Stecher sends one over to Elias Pettersson, who finds J.T. Miller, who absolutely rips a one-timer past Korpisalo. It's his 26th on the year. Elias Pettersson has 2 assists and a goal. Miller has a goal and 2 assists. So the second period ends and the Vancouver Canucks have 2 players at 3 points, a goaltender who is doing really well, and a 3-1 lead in a game where they had a very, very large portion of the control. There were so many opportunities here for the Canucks to go up even more. So many tipped opportunities, so many saves where Korpisalo had to absolutely redirect his body. He was going one way, the puck was tipped over the other, he had to stretch out, get the glove out there, or whatever. So many tipped opportunities here for the Vancouver Canucks, and you could definitely tell that that was one of the areas that they were desperately trying to improve on over the past few days. Tip-ins, taking those long shots and having the guy out in the slot to tip it in a different direction. They did that a lot. They scored a few goals that way, and they could have scored a lot more. But at the start of the third period, I was just saying to myself, okay, maybe one more. One more goal for the Canucks and that seals the deal, right? If the Blue Jackets get one, then we have ourselves a game. But for the most part, I think this is a Vancouver win. Well, I never said it out loud, to be fair. I just kind of thought it in my head, and I'm pretty sure everybody else thought it in their heads too. You probably did as well. Don't lie. You most likely thought the Canucks were going to win because they were playing so well. Some people thought for sure that they would choke it away and lose. And to that I say, wow, your pessimism really did come true here today. But the Vancouver Canucks started off the third period without a quick goal against, and I liked that a lot because we gave up really quick goals kicking off the third against Montreal, we did it against Ottawa, and then we did it against Toronto. So this time around, Louis Domingue shuts the door. A few early shots in the third, a few early saves in the third. It looks great, doesn't it? And it feels great to have that control. Up 2 goals with however minutes left there are in the third period. But then, oh man, it's Riley Nash. The Vancouver Canucks are not able to clear the puck effectively because it's Zach Werenski who dangles and does a few dipsy doodles outside the blue line. He waits for his players to re-evaluate and leave the zone. Then, once the last Blue Jacket crosses the line, Werenski comes in, he sends it out to the side. That pass is then centered back over to Riley Nash. He shoots it. Absolutely glorious shot, by the way. Ooh, my goodness. The guy doesn't score much, but that was a beautiful goal. My problem was, there wasn't a Canuck covering him. Now, I know it's difficult to get on your man immediately after a quick turnaround, just outside your own zone, but Riley Nash was given a whole bunch of space, and he took advantage of it. Then, give it a few seconds later, and all of a sudden, Brandon Sutter is coming in. It's like a 1-on-2 down on the left wing. He comes into the middle, and it looks like he's got a really good shooting lane. Shoot! Shoot, Sutter! There's an open lane right there to the net! But instead, no, he dekes it over onto the backhand. He loses control of the puck, and it's a turnover. The Blue Jackets take it the other way, and Sutter, in a sudden moment of realization that, oh gosh, he just turned the puck over, he hooks the Blue Jacket, and he gets a penalty for it. And then all of a sudden, the Blue Jackets, down 3-2, are going up 5-on-4 with however many minutes are left. Then they get it back to the point. Werenski with the shot. It's a tie game. Okay. It's 3-3 with 5 minutes left. Those were 2 really quick goals for the Blue Jackets. And then all of a sudden, they try to bring it in once more. Antoine Roussel is there. He tries to take the puck from the guy. Doesn't work. Then he tries to do it again. The guy falls down and Roussel gets a tripping penalty. Oh no! It's going to be another shorthanded opportunity for the Canucks. And then all of a sudden, it's Emil Benstrom who comes over here, just snaps one shot forward. Columbus has the lead, then Gustav Nyquist. He comes in here and seals the deal 5-3. I'm a Canadiens fan. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, so I know what it's like to lose in these 2-goal lead games where you have a 2-goal lead and you eventually blow it. It sucks. It really does. But watching it with this Canucks team, I have just seen everything now, and it's gotten to the point where I can't even be surprised anymore. This team blew So many grade A opportunities. Now, granted, they got those opportunities, which is great, but they blew a game where they were holding on to the lead for a very good majority of it. They've lost in so many different ways throughout this past road trip that it's almost numbing to me, you know? I can't even really be mad. I'm just sitting here laughing like, wow, we're actually gonna miss the playoffs now, aren't we? Does this mean that it is time to panic? Is it time to take a look at this team and reevaluate everything? Because I'll tell you what, Petey and Miller got 3 points. There were no Hughes points, which really does suck. It's been like 2 straight games without a point or something like that. But Miller and Petey, they did a good job today. I won't deny that. It's just the rest of the team found a way to lose and let Louis Domingue down on a night where he was honestly really good for 53 minutes. So I don't know. Comment down below what you think. Hope you enjoyed this video. Social Trolls 99. And bye.